What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're reacting to CNBC's closing bell overtime coverage of NVIDIA's Q2 earnings. Huge day for the chip giant. Let's see if Wall Street's excitement matches the hype.
And I imagine that given all of the negotiation around that 15% that the U.S. government wants off of those China sales, all of that might have been a bit difficult to guide to, Gil, in time for this report.
Did you hear that? Record revenue again. This is wild. NVIDIA keeps shattering expectations quarter after quarter. But let's pause for a second. Can this growth actually keep up, or are we riding an AI bubble?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The news flow is daily. The U.S. administration is split on this issue. There is a faction of the U.S. administration that's saying absolutely no sales to China. And then there's the president's approach, which is let's wheel and deal. And if the deal looks good enough, then we can sell some chips into China. And then there's the Chinese side. We've started putting trackers into these servers so we make sure that no advanced chips make it to China. China's reaction to that is, hey, that looks like a backdoor, a security issue, so we're going to hold off on those chips. The news flows daily. I trust in Jensen Huang to navigate it, but until he has a strong answer, they do have to guide without China numbers in there.
AI acceleration. Exactly. NVIDIA isn't just selling chips. They're selling the future of computing. But let's be real. If AI hype cools off, do these projections collapse with it?
And NVIDIA stock is off the lows from after the report was released. It's now off just about 2%. It was down, I think, around 5 or more at some point.
Hold on. They're saying risk is minimal? Let's not forget supply chain crunches and high valuations. Investors might be ignoring those red flags because, well, it's NVIDIA. But history tells us tech darlings can stumble.
Pat Moorhead, anything in this report so far that you see that shifts your opinion on NVIDIA's position in the market at all, either way?
What we know so far, the short answer is no.
So, they're clearly confident. NVIDIA's growth isn't slowing, and Wall Street's eating it up. But honestly, I think investors should keep their eyes on two things: supply chain shocks and whether AI adoption stays as hot as it is right now.
Oh, and I do appreciate the comments that Gil had about China. This is day to day. And the two camps are clearly DOD and three-letter acronym agencies versus commerce and Trump. And I think that NVIDIA, if the guide is clearly about China, which we'll hear more about the call, they're just being conservative. Nobody could put a number out there that includes China right now. If they did, they would be making it up. And I think NVIDIA is just being conservative. Now, we can hear on the call that, it's potential supply chain challenges. And, this Blackwell is extremely more challenging than its predecessors, right? And you have to look at CoWoS, you have to look at packaging, you have to look at NVLink and Spectrum and all of the different cooling implementations and power implementations that go in. Gail also talked about the data centers being ready. I hope to get data center digestion details out of this. But until now, let's assume it's China, and I think they made the right move.
Okay, big focus on data centers. That's the backbone of AI demand right now. Not gaming, not crypto. This is where NVIDIA is dominating. But with every boom, there's a question. How long before competition catches up?
All right, the stock is now off a little less than 1.5%. Brenda Vingello, China aside, we just talked a lot about China. What do you as a shareholder want to hear about on the call the most, color-wise?
Right. What I really want to hear about is ongoing future opportunities for growth beyond where we're at. Just to to, again, kind of substantiate the view that we aren't at peak yet. There are still a lot of opportunities. We have, there's some concern about customer concentration at NVIDIA, but to the extent that they are able to continue to grow their business internationally and with sovereign entities, that's another area for diversification away from U.S. and away from China. So I think hearing more about that opportunity is also important. I don't think we'll get a whole lot of information about very specific details, but very big picture opportunities. I think that will be helpful for the longer term story.
That's a wrap on the CNBC panel reaction and my take on NVIDIA's monster Q2. What do you think? Is NVIDIA unstoppable, or are we in peak hype territory? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe for more market reactions. See you in the next one.